welcome to my channel again. I hope you're having a great day. This is the video about what I used in 2019 and what I'm working on 2020. So you know, this looks like, when I see all this, I get very nervous because it's a lot. Oh wait, yeah, there's more. So yeah, God. Yeah, well, that's a lot of books. Let's start. So after I discovered the Hobonichi brand on 2018, I decided that I wanted to try them, all of them, on 2019. So let me move this aside. These are all the Hobonichis I tried on 2019, and plus this. These are kind of perpetual journals in the sense that they are not something I pick up every day. This is a journal I carry with me in my purse because it's very small, very portable, and this is good for drawing and writing, and it comes with a little pencil in there. It has 2 bookmarks. It's a semicolon. I don't know what's the weight of the paper, but so far it works very well with most things. I mean, watercolor doesn't really crinkle it, and there wasn't any ghosting or bleed through. It's a very good paper. I'm very happy with the quality of this book. It has some stains, but it's fine. I mean, it stays in my purse. The reason I don't like to carry my personal creative journal with me is because I'm actually more afraid of losing my personal journal than I am of losing my wallet or my cards or my phone. Yeah, so if there's an idea I want to write down, something I don't want to forget, I put it in here. So this stays in my bag, and it's kind of like the sidekick of my personal planner. So when I get home, I pass the things in here to my personal journal in pen, because here's mostly pencil. And yeah, I guess I can say this is an extension of my personal journal. It has a pocket on the back. And yeah, so this, I guess, will continue with me for as long as it takes me to fill it up. I don't move very fast with it because I don't often go out and feel the need to write down. Usually when I write down my thoughts and ideas and short stories is when I get home and everyone is asleep and I'm with myself at my desk, and yeah. That's why I think it will take me a while to fill this up. So yeah, this I used it in 2019. I think I got it on 2018, and it's an extension of my personal creative journal, which I will talk about in a moment. This is for my morning pages. If you have read The Artist's Way, it's one of the things she really urges you to do. So far, this is what I've filled up. And yeah, this is for my morning pages. I think I may be done with it by June or July of this year. And I will have to find another place to do my morning pages, which I don't like to do in my this kind of journal, because it's mostly, if you've read the book, she calls it brain dump. Or yeah, it's where you just start your day getting out of your mind all the things that kind of aren't useful to you. Which is I guess this is kind of the opposite of this. These are things I want to go back to. These are things that I need to get out of my mind to start my day. So as well as this one, they will be substituted when I finish them, and they don't really go with that specific year. They just have a use and then don't. So this is for thoughts on the go, morning pages, drawing. This is my sketchbook. This was a gift from my husband when he went to London from Esmea Stationery in England. I love the paper. It works great with watercolor. You will see a theme with me and Don Quixote. I love this character. I love the book. So you will probably see by now that there's a theme in most of my creative planners. There. These are my Quixotes. I feel like they bring me, Quixote brings me, maybe silly, but I feel like it brings me good luck when I have him in my creative space. So this is a quote from the book. And this is a sketch I did in the little Hobonichi pamphlet. And this is watercolor. So to wrap this up, yeah, this is just more Quixotes. This is mostly a sketchbook. This is for drawing. I may take this with me on the go, maybe not. My husband gave it to me in 2018, I think. And yeah, it's a good place to draw. I used to use the Moleskine Cahiers, but this paper is way better for sketching and drawing. And I don't know what I'm going to do once I'm done with it, because I love this paper. I may go to this website to see if they ship outside of the UK. But yeah. So these three don't really go with a year. These are to be used as long as there's paper in them. So on 2019, this was my creative journal, my personal planner. Here I wrote down thoughts and ideas, quotes, I did drawings, I did anything that I felt I needed to express and to say and to put down in paper. So this was my tiny creative space at the end of every single day. And this was a great habit that I will continue in 2020. This was my personal planner for family stuff, personal stuff, to-dos, tasks, everything. So there's that. This is my son's. This is where I track his every day. He's now 2 years. I got it when he was 1 year old. So the goal is to have a record of his first 5 years. I love it. I talk more in depth about it on other videos, which I will link below. So for obvious reasons, this will continue for the foreseeable future. So this is something I used in 2019 and will stay with me, as well as this on 2020, and for as long as there is paper in them. So this goes here. These two were planners that I wanted to try out, and for different reasons they didn't really work for me. I explain more about why they didn't work for me on another video, which I will link. And yeah, this is what I used in 2019. This is what will not continue with me, and this stays with me. So the one that will take over this one is astrology. The reason, even though I love this planner, I love the layout, I love the design, I love the paper, I love everything about it, I got to a point where 1 page per day wasn't enough. I mean, we're not even half through January, and I already have 40 pages in here with drawings and thoughts and ideas and quotes and things that inspire me. So this is my creative space. I think this is a Stylogy A6 size. Yeah, this is my creative space. I think I really like the Stylogy paper. I think it's just as good as a Hobonichi, and it is way cheaper than this. I think this goes for $18 while this one goes for 20 something, like 28 or 30. So almost half the price of this one. And this is way more easy to find. You can get them on Amazon, on JetPens. This in Amazon is very expensive. JetPens also have it. Otherwise, you have to order them through the Hobonichi website. So right now, I think that for my creative journaling, I will stick with this. I'm loving it. It works for me. It actually works better with watercolor. The colors look more vibrant. It dries super fast. Like this gold pen that I use here, it dried up in a matter of seconds. When I used the gold pen in this one, I had to leave it out in the open for like 5-10 minutes. Otherwise, I will make a mess. So I'm using this in the Dashenka cover, which I loved. I thought it was very meaningful to have my creative journal inside of kind of like a book cover with this super cute dog. These are just paper. This is a little bookmark, magnet bookmark. And yeah, here's my Quixote. So this is 2020. The other one, my personal planner, is the same as this one, but for 2020. My stencils, it has the weekly calendar. This one I use for meal planning and for taking on my purse when I got to the supermarket. So that's why I have it like this. I didn't like having it here, just, no, it felt, I like seeing this clear, and I didn't like having it in the back. So I used one of the Hobonichi folders in the A6 size with a clip, and I just put it in here. It is very loose, but that is what I intended, because when I write in it, I don't write when I have it here. I like to just take it out and write. So this being loose and easy to remove is what I wanted. And there it is. And I love the way it looks. I like seeing like 2020 with the green and my weekly task, like small tasks like supermarket and what I'm reading. And here is my daily planning. So here I track my habits. I will link the video that was my inspiration to do this in the comments below. So I'm tracking here my sleep, mood, and stress levels. Here is my month. In the back I have some Moleskine stickers. I have this pen, which I love because it matches very well with the planner. So this is what I use every single day. These ones, not really. I should use this one every day. That's the goal for this year. And for this one, it is on the weekends when I sit down and look at my planner to fill this up. So this is basically my life every day. My personal planning and my creative journaling, my creative space and my planning. This one is kind of an experiment in the way that these were an experiment. I had seen so many good reviews about the Jibun Techo that I decided I wanted to give it a try. So this one, I'm using it as my work planner. This is the Hobonichi stencil. I use a friction pen and one of the Hobonichi pens. This one I use to plan out my day in advance, and if something doesn't go as I plan, I just erase it. I have a review in the Jibun Techo on my first impressions, but I will say here that this is a great planner. It has everything. The paper is very thin, very similar to the Tomoe River paper. But I'm using this planning mostly for time blocking. So the fact that it has like a 24-hour here works great for time blocking, as well. This was Christmas, so there wasn't much planning to do. But yeah, it works great for time blocking and for really tracking down what I do in my day, my main tasks. I usually do something like this. I use this for expenses and for other trackers. And overall, I am loving this planner. I am not sure yet if this is something I will continue using in 2021. I want to say that I will, but I have to pass the mid-year goal, because usually by June, July, August, September, I get bored of a planner. So I have to see if I don't get bored of this. So this is what I'm using as my work planner this year. So this one is substituting this one. Work planner, work planner. So there's that. And finally, this is a little pocket moleskin with a daily daily calendar, I guess. And this one I use for news tracking. So every single day I sit down and I write down the main news for the day. And I mean news, like world news, international news, local news. For my work, it is very useful to have a very clear idea of what happened when, because sometimes we have to do like monthly or weekly or yearly summaries of events. So I guess this is also a work planner along with this one. So that's it. These are my planners 2019 2020, and I know it looks like a lot, but it does work for me. And at the end of the day, this is about what works for you. As long as what you have is functional and makes your life easier and more creative, and you feel happy with what you're doing, I think that's fine, that's okay. And I do enjoy working in all these planners. It relaxes me at the end of the day to sit down and write down things and look at them and work with them. So this works for me, and I hope you have a system that also works for you. Have a good day.